Hello and welcome back. I hope you're ready for another episode of Tales from Helheim.
This is a disturbing chase. This only happened yesterday when me and my best friend were just hanging out as we normally do at my house. We were really bored, so we decided to take a calm walk around my neighborhood, or so we thought. So let me tell you about my block. There is a hospital nearby, and my neighborhood has a history of drug and alcohol-related incidents. But those don't happen very often. Nevertheless, it was kind of dodgy. So me and my friend, for privacy reasons, we'll call her N, were talking, messing around and such for the entire walk, having a blast in each other's company, until we were about to reach my house to finish the walk. Now let me set the scene. So we had just turned a corner to walk down our street, with houses on one side, a parkland on the other side, and a 2-lane road separating them. My house is right next to the parkland. Ann and I were walking down the footpath on the side of the parkland towards my house, in silence, just taking in the views, I guess. I don't know. But when we were about 50 meters away from my house, I heard a footstep around 15 meters away from me and Ann. Only one. I casually turn around expecting a young teenager or an older person, because that's usually who we see walking along these footpaths in my area. But what I saw will be burned in the back of my head for years. 15 meters away from us, there was this off-looking man. He looked young, I'd say mid-20s. He had a skinny figure and dull but fierce-looking eyes. He wore a dark hoodie and jeans, and he was looking at me with this unsettling look in his eyes. But the absolute worst part of this was that the man was limping very aggressively, walking very quickly towards me and Ann. It looked unnatural. It looked like he was possessed, and he was grinning at me with the most creepiest smile I've seen in my life. It was twisted. His head was cocked to the side, and the man's teeth were so yellow I could see it from 15 meters away. He looked psychotic, and he looked like he wanted to harm us in the most brutal way imaginable. I whipped back around and told Ann to start quickly to walk back to my house, because running might make the man angry and run after us. We don't know if he's high or drunk or not. But I was too panicky. I didn't even mention why we should haul ass back home. Ann turned around and almost screamed and stared in shock. I've never in my life seen someone pull that kind of face before. I grabbed her wrist and we sped up to reach home. I turned around and the man was about 9 or 10 meters away from us, and he was moving quicker with that disturbing broken limp of his. If it didn't look unnatural or scary to even begin with, it sure did now. We are two younger teenage girls, and even if we both fought against the man, I don't think we would win, even if he was on the skinnier side. We sped up and it was a chase. No running, but close enough. He was chasing with this fast demonic limp, and we tried to speed up and keep the now 10-meter gap between us. We managed to get home safely, and I peeked through the window by myself as N was in shock for a bit. The man had slowed down, but was still limping. But he crossed over to the other side of the road. For what reasons? I will never know. He went out of sight and I closed the curtains, still shaky. After all that shit, N and I went back into the kitchen to grab some water. My window in the kitchen kind of overlooks a bit of the parkland, and we have a decent view of it. We both saw the man slink back into the parkland and never saw him after that. Afterwards, I thought about the whole incident and probably got even more unsettled. I only heard one footstep. No pattern, nothing. Just a thump on the ground by a sneaker, that's it. Then it hit me. The man was trying to attack N and I. He was trying to sneak up on us. It gives me anxiety, knowing that if I didn't hear that single footstep, or didn't turn around, we could have been in some serious shit. That man could have had a knife or a different type of weapon in his hoodie's pocket. Who knows what could have happened? So remember, whenever you're out on a walk, stay vigilant. And whenever you're at home, remember, get under the blankets and bundle up, because you never know what's waiting to grab you.